welcome back to another segment of Feel Good Friday. I am your host, Liv Teixeira, and this is presented to you by Entertainment Scoop. Today, we are talking about something that was inspired by a conversation with a friend, and that is identity. Where identity plays the biggest role is our careers, what we're supposed to do. So when I was talking to this person, they've had the same career and the same career path for give or take the last 10 years. You know, you think in high school, what are you gonna do in college? And then once you get to college, it's 4 years of that. And then you get out into the workforce and you do X amount of years of that. And even though I own my own business and I'm a coach and a podcaster, I still face the same challenges, which is this exactly what I wanna do forever? And the beauty of this, where you can just absolutely free yourself, is the fact that this is okay to say yes to right now. You can say, yes, I love this. This fuels me right now. This is what I want to do. But you can also change your mind in the future. You don't necessarily have to marry whatever career that you're aspiring to be in or whatever career you currently have. This is also so incredibly freeing for the people that don't like what they're doing. If you don't like what you're doing, if you don't love it, if you're not passionate about it, know that it's okay to switch gears. It's okay to change directions. This isn't something that you have to commit to for the rest of your life. And I wanted to use this episode, this segment, this week to really kind of double down on this idea that, you know, life is so short. And if there's something on your heart, if there's something on your mind, something that you want to create, something that you want to do in this lifetime, know that it is possible. Know that you can do it. And it's not in that corny way of like, oh, other people have done it, so if they can do it, you can do it. It's in the truest way possible. If somebody else has done this, you can do this. And please, every single human being, regardless of where you grew up, regardless of how you grew up, there are limiting beliefs that are instilled in you that are operating your current reality. They're operating your current life and what you're doing and how you're thinking and what you're believing to be true. So know that there are possibilities that you haven't even come across yet. There are opportunities that are available to you that you haven't even thought of. There is so much out there in this world that you can do and accomplish if you just, one, acknowledge that it's there, and two, acknowledge that you have a passion for it. Acknowledge that you have interest, that you have passion, that you have an inkling towards this thing. The worst thing you can do is look back at 80, 90, 100 years old and sit there and say, I wish I did this, or I wish I did that. I wish I didn't stay in that job that I didn't really like. I wish I at least gave myself the time, the curiosity. I gave myself some level of investment in what mattered to me most, which could be starting a business, it could be starting a passion project, it could be completely uprooting your life and moving, changing locations, changing careers. I am an advocate of doing all. I think that we sometimes play it so small, and it's like, what are you waiting for? Whose permission are you waiting to get in order to live the life that you actually want to live? What are you waiting for? What are you letting hold you back? What are the excuses? Yes, they're excuses as to why you're not doing the things that you want to do. Do you want to travel? Do you want to study abroad? Do you want to build a business? Do you want to just, I don't know, follow a passion, do anything? What are some of the things that are exciting to you? And that was the advice that I gave to my friend. I said, write down a list. Actually, write down 2 lists. I was like, write down a list of all of the things that in your life have interest you. All of the things that you've done that were exciting, that brought you happiness, that brought you joy, that made you want to go back and do that thing again, whether it's a sport, whether it's an activity, whether it was an event, whether it was, you know, a career or trying something new, arts and crafts, whether it was traveling, whether it was just like even watching something, watching a movie, watching a film, watching a YouTube video. What are the things in your life that you go, holy shit, that was incredible, I love that. Then I want you to write another list, and this list is all the people that inspire you. What are the people in your life that you go, holy shit, their life is so cool, I admire that, I would like to do something similar. So for example, you could put someone like Matthew McConaughey, a guy who has lived many different types of lives. You could put someone like Gary Vee if you're interested in entrepreneurship and selling and marketing. You could put athletes on there. You could put anyone that you want on this list, but what are the people in your life that you go, holy shit, that looks fun, that looks exciting, that looks fulfilling, that looks like, for example, something that would be fulfilling for someone like me, I look at Tony Robbins and I go, I love what he does. What are the things that you're interested in? This is how you start that process of figuring it out, because so many times we get in the mindset, because it comes from a social place. It also comes from just structure and how we live day to day. And then these things get passed on from generation to generation. And we get so caught in the idea that I don't know and I'm not sure. You probably know a lot more about yourself than you're letting yourself believe. So you have these inklings, you have these passions, you have these ideas of what you may and may not like, and it's time that you follow them. So it first starts with the self-awareness and asking yourself, what are the things that are on my list? What's on my bucket list? What's my dream vision board? What's my dream career? What are the things that excite me? What are some of the things that I want to do in this lifetime? One of the things that I really like to ask as well when we're kind of talking about this topic is, I don't like the idea that it's, oh, what would you do with your life if you had 4 months to live or 3 weeks to live? I think it's almost unrealistic. We can't really wrap our heads around what that would even feel like, what that would even be like. But ask yourself, what if you only had 5 years to live and that's it? And every single thing that you wanted to do in this lifetime, you had to do in those 5 years. All the people you want to meet, all the places you want to go, everything that you want to accomplish, all of the, things that you've always wanted to try but never did. What are those things? What are the things that you really, really want in this lifetime? And start asking yourself these things sooner than later, because the time will go by regardless. We just did an entire year of lockdown. Regardless of where you live in the world, we've done an entire year of the coronavirus and lockdowns and masks and mandatory things and this, that, and the other. Realize how quickly a year goes by, and understand that I don't want you to live the same year 80, 90, 100 years in a row. I want you to live a different life every single year, every single 5 years, every single 6 months. I want you to make this life whatever you want it to be, and you owe it to yourself to do that. And that is going to be it for this segment and this week's Feel Good Friday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. My name is Liv Teixeira, and this is presented to you by Entertainment Scoop. Bye.